everyone, what's the story? It's Everia. Okay, so this is my 200th subscriber special and I decided to do a Q&A. I know it's been nearly enough 2 weeks since it's coming up to 3 weeks since I reached 200 subscribers, but with my mum having the accident and I had other videos planned and done already, I've decided to do it now. First of all, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's liked my channel, subscribed to it, left comments. It really does mean a lot to me, and it really does help me feel better when I'm having a really bad day. Sorry about hiccups. When I'm having a really bad day, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really does mean a lot. Okay, so I put a shout out on Facebook and Twitter and start asking for questions. Most of them are from my friends already. So like Kevin Moss, he asked, is my favourite GPW wrestler? I'm going to have to say my favourite GPW wrestler is Joey Hayes. He's one of the wrestlers I've been watching for 15 years I've been going, and he's just improved over time, and he's just got better and better and better and better as the years have gone on. He's just a brilliant, fantastic wrestler, and he's so fast-paced as well. He's high-flying, he's just a really skilled wrestler, and he's a really nice guy as well, which always helps. He's really down to earth, and he's fun, and it's just fantastic. And I know Danny Hope doesn't wrestle at GPW anymore, but when him and Danny Hope team up as the models, saying that I don't know if you still do, because I've not been to FSW for ages. I am going to have to go back. And I've not been to any other companies where Danny and Joey used to team up. But yeah, as a models, they're so hilarious. And when he tag team with Martin Kirby, it's just hilarious. He has good chemistry with anybody who he works with, and it just makes the show fun and enjoyable. The other wrestlers I like I said, Martin Kirby, Lucy Sky, yeah, there's so many, but Joey's the one who I've known the longest and who I've watched since I first started going to GPW. Kevin also asked my favourite GPW event. Wow. That that's a tough one because I've liked them all. Carpe Diem? I'd have to say that one. For the Falls Count Anywhere match. And you know what? My favourite event was Carpe Diem because of the Bubblegum Dirk Feelgood match. No question. I know Bubblegum isn't wrestling anymore, and Dirk's gone into management. But that match for me, it was insane and it was intense. I mean, Bubblegum falling from the top of in Monaco Ballroom, you've got the ground floor, and then you've got like the balcony, and seeing Bubblegum fall from the top of that, from the top of the balcony to the floor, it was like, we thought he was done for there and then. But that match, I think that match of that show was my favourite for that match. Not going to talk about anything else, just that show. Because of that match, it was amazing and it was insane. So yeah. Kevin also asked my favourite GPW match. Now, just talking about that match, probably one of my favourite matches was Lucy Sky's debut at GPW. I've actually not been on a GPW show since, but I've known Lucy Sky, and I'm not going to use her real name, don't worry. I know kayfabe and all that. Lucy Sky, I've known since she was 3 years old. And I took Lucy to her first ever wrestling show. It was GPW. And I remember at the end of that show, she just sat in a chair and she was like looking up at the ring. And I'm like, so did you enjoy it? She's like, one day I'm going to do that. And then last year, she did. She was in her very first GPW show against, I'm really sorry, I can't remember the wrestler's name, Natalie Wright, something like that. I can't remember the girl's name who she wrestled. But Lucy did so well, and I was so proud of her. It was really, really emotional because, like I said, I took her to her very first wrestling show, which was GPW, and then to see her on a GPW show, it was amazing, and I couldn't have been prouder of her because she's following her dreams and she's doing what she wants to do, and she's loving it. And yeah, it's come a long way from that little girl telling me that she's 3, but 33 in head, to the young woman she is now, and she's doing amazingly. Okay, this question is from Kathleen Fisher, and she was asking about my experience meeting Bret Hart. I mean, it's like, what other questions answered? I've got to keep looking down and bringing my book up. About 9 years ago, I met Bret Hitman Hart for, personally, the first time. I had experiences with him at wrestling events, WWE or WWF, as it was known back then, where he'd give me a hug and things like that. But I never had a personal thing where I got his autograph and I got to talk to him. So it was signing at the Trafford Centre, like I said, 9 years ago, and I just had surgery on my knee, and I just come off crutches. And at the time, I was training at GPW. This is following on from Kevin's questions as well. I just had surgery on my knee and come off crutches. And I can't remember, it was back in the days of MySpace. It might have been Fireball, one of the lads who used to train at MPWA, and who used to wrestle for MPWA. He posted something about Bret Hart being in Manchester, and I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, Bret Hart's going to be at Manchester, at the Trafford Centre. I'm like, okay, since when and why didn't I know? So I said to my mum, like, Mom, I'm going to Trafford Centre. And she's like, why? I'm like, Bret Hart. I asked how much the tickets was, and they said, you just need to buy a book. So I went to the Trafford Centre, bought his book. I think I went about 9 o'clock in the morning, and thinking he was going to be there all day. So I got to the Trafford Centre, and it was like, no, he's only here like 6 o'clock-ish. So I spent the day at the Trafford Centre, queued up from 2, and because I thought the queue was going to be massive, which it was. I was one of the first people in line. But I went along and stood in line. Bret came in and everybody just went mad, everybody went wild. I walked up to the table and we got told, like, you can't have a picture with him, but if you want pictures of him signing your book or that kind of thing, we can do that. So at the time, I only had like a rubbishy camera for a rubbishy phone for taking pictures. But I just passed it to the girl, and the girl was like taking pictures, and I came up to Brett, and I just lost the ability to speak. I just walked up, just like, "Hi, Brett," and he smiled and that, and I goes, "Can I just say, like, I'm training to be a wrestler as well?" And he took on my hand, and as I'm just talking to him and telling him about my training and just having surgery on my knee, and he's got on my hand, and at the end he just said, "Be really careful, because it's a cutthroat business, and you seem like a really nice girl, and 2, be careful of your injury, because you don't want to trigger or do something that's gonna cause you lifelong damage." And he was speaking to me about my training and everything, and he was amazing, and he was lovely. I just can't gush enough about meeting him, and I would love to meet him again, to have a picture with him. But Brett, for me, he's as real as they come, and I just still, to this day, I can't believe that actually happened, that I actually got to meet Brett the Hitman. It's so surreal, and it's one of those things that will stay with me for the rest of my life, because I just still, every so often, I've got to pinch myself to remind myself that I met Brett, and he was so nice, and he just, as he was talking, he just kept holding my hand, and and as I walked off, like, even the girl he was taking my pictures was crying, because she was just like, "Wow, that really meant a lot to you, didn't it?" I'm like, "Yeah." But yeah, Brett, wow, he's someone who will stay with me forever. That meeting will stay with me forever. Okay. Catherine also asked about my experience of having counselling, CBT, and how did I find it being autistic? For counselling, it has helped. It kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things that was going on, and made me realise that a lot of the stuff that had gone on in the past wasn't my fault. That people was using me, and it just really did open my eyes. And I'd heard a lot of horror stories about people having counselling, but the counsellors I've had have been really, really nice, really understanding, and really supportive. And even though I'm still struggling at times, it does help to talk. CBT, I think that's been person-centred, where it's just been me and one other person in the room, and we've just talked. And again, that's opened my mind to helping me deal with panic attacks and anxiety attacks, and facing things like when I get the negative thoughts of people who's put me down in the past, and kind of thing. It's helped me kind of like accept them and change those thoughts around, and it's kind of helped me see things in a different light. But again, like, I've had 2 CBT therapists. One, it was only a short-term one, and he felt that maybe something more intense would work. And that's when I've been seeing Alan. And Alan is awesome. He's really understanding, and he's really helped. I still feel like I've got a long way to go. But Alan's keep saying, no, you're doing okay, you're doing fine, you're getting there. But I still feel like I've got a long way to go. But CBT, it has helped, because now, like when I'm in crowds, even though I still have that anxiety, I'm able to cope a little bit better. Especially when I'm on my own. When I'm at Midnight and Ali, they can turn me down quicker. Or if they can see the anxiety is getting to a point where I'm about to blow, about to flip, or about to start freaking, they can get me out of that situation if I can't see a way out of it. But yeah, he is helping, and he's being so supportive. There are times I do wish he would realise that sometimes the autism is going to affect certain things like the eye contact. I still have issues with the eye contact, even though after having Misha Collins tell me to imagine I'm patting a person on the head. Sometimes I'm struggle keeping eye contact, and it's like, remember, eye contact. I'm like, yeah, but that's bad for your autism, you know. But I'm not going to hold that against him. We both actually find it really funny, because it'd be like, eye contact, I'm trying, kind of thing. I don't mean this in a negative way, because we do joke about it and we do have a laugh about it, but it's just things like that. But he is really understanding of my autism. He does keep saying people with autism are able to work, and I agree, they are. But for me, a workplace setting, paid or voluntary, it's not for me. So, and he does understand that. He doesn't push the issue. It's not like the ESA where they push the issue. He doesn't push it. If I say, I don't think I can, or I might find that too hard, he'll say, well, why? And I'll explain. And he'll say, are you willing to try it? And if I say no, he's like, fair enough. He won't push the issue, because he knows that if I say no, it's not because I can't or I won't. It's this is going to sound funny. It's not because I can't or I won't, but it's I'm not able to. That's my favourite saying it. So yeah, CBT is helpful. It might not always work for everybody. Some people might find it too intense, but I must admit, I do find it intense. But yeah, it might not work for everybody, but for me, it seems to be helping, and it seems to be working. And I think really as well, that's my biggest fear, that once I finish this CBT treatment, I'm going to go straight back down again. Which, like I said the other day, if I do, at least I know I can go back and ask for it again, and or go back and ask to be re-referred to the counsellor, or that kind of thing. So yeah, CBT is good. It worked for me. Might not always work for everybody, but I feel like I have got something out of it, and I feel like I've learned a lot from having it. Okay, so I'm really sorry about the little quick pauses. I'm just grabbing my paper. These are from Ali. Okay, how does it feel like wearing New Locks? I've never worn New Locks. I've only ever worn the Madfish that I lent off Midnight that time, and the Madfish you've got me. Nurox I've never worn, so I don't know. But wearing Madfish, I do find that they help or support my ankles, because I don't know if it's part of the autism, part of the dyspraxia, or what, but I tend to go over on my ankles quite a lot, and every so often I find myself walking either pigeon-toed, kind of like that, or I'm walking and I'm going over on the sides of my ankles. So I think I've got really weak ankles. Wearing Madfish have actually helped, or sturdy boots. They really have helped. I don't go over on my ankles much, and I found that my walking stance, or my feet, are keeping as they should. I know I've got hobbit feet, but yeah, never worn Nurox. Madfish I highly recommend, and it's a shame they seem to have gone out of business, because I really do like Madfish. But when I get a little bit of money together, I am going to get a pair of Nurox or Doc Martens, something like that, or even just something like Force brand, that might give my ankles a little bit more support, and I'm not wearing shoes out, because that's what I was finding. I was going through shoes like nobody's business, but Madfish you gave me, and those kind of shoes seem to be helping, or seem to be realigning my feet a little bit and making it easier to walk. She also asked my favourite volcano. It's going to have to be Vesuvius, the one in Italy that did Pompeii. I don't know that many volcanoes. Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know. Yeah, Mount Vesuvius, yeah, the Pompeii one. Because I don't know why. I think the volcanoes are like the legends that go around them more than the volcanoes themselves. Like I say, there's not that many volcanoes I know. So yeah, I think it's more the legends and the stories that go around them. Like that people, you think it was a dragon inside the mountains or things like that. So yeah, I don't have one particular one, but I like the legends around them, kind of thing. Okay, she also asked, my fantasy 5-piece band. Okay, okay, fantasy. I'm gonna just pick 5 random people out of fandoms here, because to be honest, I don't always know people who play the instruments. So I'm sorry if that's not what you meant. But yeah, I'd have to say Jacksepticeye on drums, because I know he can play drums. Markiplier on bass, because I think he plays bass. I know he plays guitar, but I'm not sure what guitar he plays. Again, that's another reason I'm not sure which is bass and which is the other guitar. Daniel Sherman as Isaac, as vocals, as lead singer. I got 2 more. I honestly, I don't know. Those three, electric and electric guitar, Tyler Hoechlin, but as Derek, and I can't remember what the last instrument was, but Dylan O'Brien as Styles. So it's kind of a YouTube Teen Wolf mashup there. Oh, that would be quite interesting. Okay, so, and she also asked, an alcoholic drink I will never drink again. Oh my god, an Irish flag. Never again. Never, ever, ever. I will drink 3 Green Dragons before I will drink an Irish flag again. Me and my mum went out one Christmas, and it was when I was working for A1 agency, and because of it being an agency, we didn't really have Christmas parties because you didn't really interact with other people. So me and my mum said, and this, we'll have our own Christmas party, because me and my mum, we did a lot of work together. So we went into town, and we was having a few drinks, went into this nightclub. It was called Surfers at the time, and we had this cocktail called Irish Flag. And being something to do with having the word Irish in it, me and my mum, we had to have it. I cannot remember what was in it. I remember creme de menthe being in it. I can't remember what the creme de menthe for the green. Bailey's for the white, and I can't remember what the orange was. I can't remember that one, but me and my mum had one of those, and we was on our backs. That's the one time I have been drunk and known why I've been drunk. But yeah, and the last time I've been really off my face drunk, probably the only time I've been off my face drunk, or known why I've been off my face drunk. But yeah, probably that, the Irish flag, because it just blew our heads off. After that one, we couldn't drink anymore. We had to go on soft drinks because it was just like, oh my god, this is so strong. So I'll never have one of those again. I honestly, I would drink 3 Green Dragons before I would drink one of those again. It was, the drink itself was nice, but just the after it, never again. Ali also asked, rats, guinea pigs, or rabbits? All of them. I can't pick. I suppose, yeah, all of them. I can't pick. I like rats. Even if I've never actually had a rat. I've had guinea pigs and I've had rabbits. But yeah, all of them. I can't choose. Stone circles or caves? Ooh. I like caves, but I also like stone circles. That's kind of a tough one, because caves, yeah, the dark and the dank and the damp, but you can find some really beautiful things in caves. I remember being up in Coniston at Lowbank Ground with primary school, and we went into a cave, and all the way through the cave it was dark and damp, but then we came across this opening in the cave, and it was this beautiful lagoon, like this beautiful lake, and it just surprised us all because we didn't expect to find it. So yeah, as much as I like stone circles, I am going to have to say caves, because you never know what you're going to find inside the caves, and like the stalagmites, stalactites, and the things you find in the caves. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with caves, because you can always find art in caves as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go with caves. Okay, I had to restart because my camera just turned off. I think it has like a timer, so I'm gonna have to find where I was. Okay, if I could have me any colour, what would it be? Mermaid. I'm gonna have to say the mermaid. I love the unicorn style. Unicorn and mermaid. At the moment, more mermaid, because I think that can look better than my natural colour. That instead of bleaching it and everything. So mermaid-ish. Although I do like the unicorn, but I think Midnight posted a picture onto Ali's Facebook, and it was kind of like a blackberry colour, which I thought was gorgeous. It was kind of like a minute, this colour, and I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. So yeah, blackberry. But if it could be any colour, it'll be the mermaid one, like a mad zany colour. It'll be mermaid, because you can have greens, blues, purples in that, and yeah, mermaid. Okay. Is it a book that you have had more than one copy of before it fell apart? Yes. Terry Pratchett's Diggers, Truckers, and Planes? Yeah. Those three ones. My uncle bought me them as paperback, and I read them that much, or I read his copies that much, it fell apart. So he bought me the hardback copies, which I'm now going to have to dig back out because I want to read them again. And probably Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator, and BFG by Roald Dahl. Those three were my favourite Roald Dahl books. So yeah, but those three ones I read so much, and they actually did fall apart. And as soon as they fell apart, I had to go out and buy them again. I think now I'm a little bit older, I've learned to look after my books a little bit more. But yeah, I loved those three Roald Dahl books and the Terry Pratchett books. I love all the Terry Pratchett books, but those were the first ones I ever read by Terry Pratchett. So they've got a very special place in my heart, along with the Discworld books. Okay, so I'm not going to name the person who asked this question, because I don't know if you want me to name them or how you would feel about naming them. But it's come via Midnight, and I'm now going to have to find what I wrote down again. They was asking about dyspraxia, and can I talk a little bit about dyspraxia? Dyspraxia for each person is different. There's no one person with dyspraxia. There's no one size fits all. Everyone is different. With me, I don't know where my dyspraxia starts and my autism ends. It kind of meets in the middle. Comes together in the middle. So there's some things that overlap from my autism into my dyspraxia, and vice versa. So with me, I'd say I'm quite fluid. One flows into another, and it kind of all meets together. The dyspraxia, the dyslexia, the dyscalculia, the autism. It's all one big thing that makes ever. I'm not the autism, I'm not the dyspraxia, I'm not the dyslexia, I'm not the dyscalculia. I have them, but they're not me, if that makes sense. I found it now. Okay, so dyspraxia is a form of developmental conditioning disorder. Start again. Dyspraxia, see, this is it. I'm a very strong reader, but I trip over words, or I read words what's that there. And one of the reasons we didn't pick up on stuff in school is because I could read a book and within an hour and be like, well, what was the book about? And I'd be able to tell the teachers what the book was about. It'd be like, you only read it in an hour, kind of thing. And that's why we didn't pick up on it. But every so often I trip over words. I'll read words that aren't there. And also, dyspraxia is a form of developmental coordination disorder, DCD, and a common disorder affecting fine and growth motor condition in children and adults. It may also affect speech. DCD is a lifelong condition, formally recognized by international organizations, including the World Health Organization. It comes from the Greek dus, bad or difficult, and praxis, action. So if you think of it as like a person finds the action difficult, and that's what dyspraxia is. People who have dyspraxia often find the routine tasks of daily life, such as driving, household chores, cooking, and grooming difficult. Household chores, yes, I find household chores really, really difficult. It's finding that motivation to do them, or finding that reason to do them. And sometimes needing help to do them, kind of thing. So yeah, I do associate with that. But again, it kind of blends into the autism and the mental health kind of thing. Cooking, I'm okay at cooking. I can cook. It's a cleaning up afterwards. Just kind of goes back into the household chores. But I can cook. Cooking for me, not a problem. I love to cook. I've actually cooked on midnight. Once when I was down at Earth, we did sausage and mash, but with meat-free sausages, which I found rather nice. It was lovely. Grooming, no, I'm okay with my grooming. We also find coping at work hard. Yes. Again, that kind of, for me personally, that kind of goes into the autism as well, and the mental health. So yeah, people with dyspraxia sometimes have other problems. Again, autism, mental health. For me personally, I'm not saying everybody else is the same or everybody else is like this, because like I said, dyspraxia is different for each person. It's not the same for everyone. Famous people with dyspraxia, Jamil Lambert from Calibre. I don't know who that is. Carla Devine, DELEVINGNE. I'm not sure how you say your last name. Daniel Radcliffe, which I knew. Florence Welch, Florence and the Machine, I didn't know that. David Bailey, Richard Branson, Albert Einstein. And again, dyslexia can also come under the umbrella of, because you have dyspraxia, you have dyscalculia, you have dysgraphica, and then dyslexia, it all comes under one big spectrum, one big umbrella. Although dyspraxia is being looked at more on the autistic scale now, for some people, again, not for everyone. So yeah, but don't be ashamed of being dyspraxic. It's nothing to be ashamed of, and you control the dyspraxia. Dyspraxia doesn't control you. So don't be ashamed. Don't be about having dyspraxia. It's, you know, it makes it, you're still you, and yeah, that's all I'm able to find about dyspraxia. I didn't want to really say, oh, that this is what dyspraxia is, because, like I say, for each person, it's different. So my dyspraxia might not be the same as yours, and somebody else's dyspraxia might not be the same as yours. It's one big thing. So it might be something that maybe if we can, we talk about different experiences and see if we can pull something together that way. Okay, and the last question is, am I finding my YouTube journey? This was from actually for my YouTube channel, and I'm really sorry. I remember the question, but I couldn't find which video you left it on, and I couldn't find your name. I just remember seeing the question. But I am enjoying my YouTube journey. It's hard. People think that you're just sat in front of a camera talking, but that's not always the case. Or if you're a YouTube gamer, you're just sat playing computer games like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier, PewDiePie, Bijou Mike. That's not always the case, because then you have to find, if you're a gamer, you have to find games that are relevant, but games that people are going to enjoy and that you want to play, and then like you've got to download the game, you've got to pay for the game, and that kind of thing. And then you have to edit the videos. With people who's vloggers like me, it's hard. It's equally as hard, because you have to find different things to do each week. One thing I'm finding really hard doing my videos is that I'm finding them being really repetitive, and there's a very fine line for me having between it being routine and then being trying to think of a word. There's a fine line being routine and being repetitive, and that's what I'm finding at the moment that a lot of my things are. And I know that kind of like part of the autism. So what I'm considering doing is maybe just talking about things that I've done when I get back and doing it that way. I mean, I've got this piece of paper here, and I don't know if you can see it, but on it, it's got Monday, and it's got other things I'm doing on Monday, Tuesday, other things I'm doing on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And next week, it'll be something very similar. So I'm enjoying it, don't get me wrong, I'm loving it. And Midnight and Ali have been so supportive when I'm out with them and I'm getting my camera out and I'm filming things, and they've been really, really supportive. But every so often, like, you just kind of like want to find something new to go and film. And one thing I have found is it's helping me get on public transport more. So that's a plus side. And yeah, it is helping me out that way. And I am enjoying it. Sometimes it is frustrating, like I said, when things seem to be really repetitive. But I am going to look at the way around that, see if I can change it a little bit. And maybe if I just make notes of things I've done and then come back and talk about it, doing it that way, it might work a little bit more. Because that's what I found what I seem to be doing. But I do wish people will lose the stigma that YouTubers just sit around doing nothing, and they just sit around and that it's an easy ride for them, because like I said, you have to edit the videos, and then you have to find things to do, and then, you know, it sounds easy, but it's not. It is really, really hard. But anyway, I think that's all for now. Like I said, thank you so much for helping me get to 200 subscribers. I know it's not a huge amount, but it means a lot, and it really does mean a lot to me. And so yeah. Anyway, for now, I'm gonna say love you lots and lots like jelly tots, and I'm keeping making weird. Bye.